This is the latest Generation 4 Milwaukee hammer drill and impact driver combo kit. I'm going to show you what comes inside the box and give you a review of these tools so you can decide if they're the right tool for you. I've gotten a lot of use out of my old drill and driver, but the batteries are getting pretty weak. Replacing the batteries in those certainly isn't cheap, so I decided to go ahead and upgrade to Milwaukee. It's going to give me some of the other tools I want, like an impact wrench. I'll give you a review of that impact wrench. There's a link right here you can see it as well. So I'm really excited about these tools. I'm going to open it up, see what comes inside, and also talk about some of the features that you get. Let's go ahead and open up the box. So you can slide off this cardboard sleeve. You see it comes in a nice carrying case with plastic and metal latches. And inside you've got an instruction manual, a charger, 2 battery packs. These are the 5 amp hour battery packs. The drill, the driver, and a handle for the drill as well to withstand extra rotation. They come with little plastic tags in here to make sure the batteries don't discharge while it's in storage or during shipping. We'll start with the impact driver. To remove the battery, there are 2 red buttons. Push those in. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this tag out of here and reconnect. There's a button on here to tell how charged the batteries are. So I wouldn't turn on at first, then I noticed there's actually a plastic tag piece of it stuck over the battery pack here, so make sure you get all of that plastic tag out. And now it turns on. You can see it has 3 lights here, LEDs, so regardless of what angle you're looking at, you should be getting light on where you're working. There are 3 speed settings down here along the front. You press this little button down here and you can go through the 3 speed settings. There's also a setting for driving self-tapping screws into sheet metal. So that's a pretty neat feature that they've designed so you don't over torque them. They claim it's a one-handed tool release. I don't know that you can put the whole thing in, but certainly you can pull out and put another bit in there. The hook on the side is removable. There's a screw. It can also be put on the other side if you like that. You can also take it off if you don't want to have that. Now you'll notice this is a really short impact driver, so you can get into small spaces while you're working. But it does pack a really big punch. They claim it's one of the strongest on the market with 200 inch-pounds of torque. If you convert that, that's about 166 foot-pounds of torque. To put that in perspective, if you're not over torquing your lug nuts on your car, that's more than enough torque to even take off lug nuts from a car. So a really powerful tool with a fuel brushless motor. Next, let's take a look at the drill. So again, remove the battery pack. Make sure you get all of this out that time. Put it back in and give it a little squeeze on the trigger. It turns on the light here. There's only 1 light. It is down here by the handle. You got forward and reverse. All metal chuck here, so nothing to wear out there. This drill has 2 speeds. The first speed, number 1 here, is a maximum of 500 RPMs. And then the second speed, if you slide it over, is a maximum of 2,000 RPMs. It has a hammer drill option. You can select the hammer drill up here by clicking this. It also has 16 different torque settings for if you're driving fasteners or things like that. One of the things I'm really interested to try out is the AutoStop feature. There's a little light here that'll light up when it comes on, when it activates. And really what that is when you're drilling, if your drill bit binds up or you break through, drills have a tendency to kick around. This drill, they say they use AI to help the drill understand if it's turning too much, if something's gone wrong, and it'll actually stop the drill bit. There's a brake inside that'll stop it, and you should only end up rotating like 45 degrees or less. Seems like a neat feature. With as much torque as this drill has, that can come in handy. Milwaukee claims that this is the highest torque compact drill on the market at 1,400 inch-pounds of torque. That's a little over 100 foot-pounds of torque that this drill is able to put out. So that is quite a bit of torque out of a pretty small package. Overall length is pretty short compared to most cordless drills that you can find on the market. Again, it comes with the removable hook that can be attached to either side. There's also a clamp to put on this rotational anti-rotation handle. So we'll go ahead and try that out. Slide these two pieces on. So the handle goes on like that. It's pretty easy to put on and off. It's helpful if you're doing something like drilling into concrete where you may get a lot of torque on it. So we'll try that out. Probably not something I'll use frequently, but nice to have when you need it. This kit also comes with a charger that you can charge the M18 batteries here or the M12 here. So if you're going to expand into the different systems or you already have one of them, one charger will charge both at the same time. You don't have to invest in another charger. Comes with some registration information as well. So enough about how these work or what they are. Let's go see them in action. I've got the bit in. I'm in drill mode here. Hammer is one more click. And I've gotten the highest speed setting, so I'm just going to try and fly through this little piece of wood and see what happens when I get through to the other side. Well, it just went through, and since it didn't grab on anything, it didn't activate. So I'm going to need to try and find another way of activating that, I guess. All right, my next idea for doing the AutoStop is solid piece of oak and a spade bit, and I'll see if I can bind it. I can't really bind it. There's just so much power on this drill that it's flying through anything I've set at it. So let's go try it in concrete. Got a cement block here. I've got this all the way into hammer mode and a masonry bit. Let's give this a try. I couldn't get the AutoStop feature to trigger while I was drilling, but I did find a way to trigger it so I can demonstrate it for you. I'm just going to grab the chuck here like I'm tightening up, and then I'll pull down on the trigger. I'll keep the trigger pulled after it stops so you can see. There you go. So you can see the AutoStop light flashing. My finger is still pulling the trigger in all the way, and it definitely stopped, but it does take quite a bit of a grip to do it, but it stopped it within 45 degrees. I'll try and do it one more time. I mean, that was probably 15 degrees of rotation. So handy feature. I'm not sure how much it's going to pay off in the long run, but we'll see how it works. Here's the 3 speeds. 1, 2, and 3. Certainly it gives you a lot of control when you're on the first speed because you have the full trigger range to go through and you max out a lot lower. I'm going to try the sheet metal function. Go ahead and put a bit driver in. Got a sheet metal screw and some scrap metal here. Let's go ahead and put this in the sheet metal screw function and see what it does. Not sure that really did anything. So at a high speed, it didn't seem to really do anything. Let's try it at a little bit lower speed. Now at a little lower speed, it seemed to control and lock it in a little better. Let's try and give this a little bit of a challenge. These are 6" by 5/16 screws. I use these in deck construction, attaching a railing So these are pretty hard screws to drive. I've got a piece of solid oak here. So let's see if it's able to put this all the way in. Try in the first setting and see what happens. That's pretty slow. Let's take it up a notch to 3. Drove it in, no problem. Let's see if it'll take it out. So those are pretty hard to drive. Did it, no trouble at all. To give this a little bit more of a challenge and test out the torque, I've got a 1/2 inch driver bit in here. I'm going to put an impact socket on and crank this up to the high speed. These were put on with a torque wrench, so they should be about 105 foot-pounds, if my memory serves me right. Let's see if it's able to take them off. Oh, that's tight. So yeah, this is strong enough to take those off pretty easily. And it's not really what this tool is designed for, but it's got quite a bit of power. Overall, in the little bit of testing I've done so far, I am really impressed with these tools, how much power they pack into a little package. But time will be the real test. Once I get some more time on these tools, use them in some projects, I'll make another video of whether or not these are really worth the purchase. And when I do, I'll link it right up here so you can check it out. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, tell me about it in the comments. You can also ask your questions there and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can.